welcome back. I'm Alice and this is Wonder Crochet. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these cute little puffy no-sew tulip flowers. This was part of a no-sew bouquet pattern that I created several months ago for Mother's Day, and I promised a tutorial on these little tulips. So this is me making good on that promise just a few months later. The tulips are probably my favorite flower out of the no-sew bouquet, and you can do them in any color that you would like and any yarn that you would like as well. But if you want them to be the same size as these, which is a little bit larger than my hand here, then you'll want to use the yarn and hook that I recommend. So you can do any color that you'd like for the flower. I'm going to be using this nice light pink color, and I believe that this is Cotton Candy from Parfait Chunky. And then for the stem color, I am using Key Lime from Parfait Chunky as well. And then for the hook, I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. And then you'll need scissors, a stitch marker, and then fiberfill stuffing. I like to use polyfill. And we won't need a sewing needle since there's no sewing required for this pattern. Now this is a pretty simple pattern and it works up quickly, but if you've never crocheted before, I would definitely check out my online course before trying to do any crochet tutorials. It'll teach you from the very beginning how to crochet with over 40 different videos, teaching you basic stitches, more advanced stitches, how to read crochet patterns, and so much more. So grab your yarn and let's hop into our crochet tulip tutorial. We're going to start from the stem and work our way up. So you are going to grab your green yarn and your crochet hook, and you're going to grab the end of your green yarn and you're going to make a slip knot. Put that on your hook and pull it tight. Now we are going to chain 2. And in the second chain from the hook, you are going to do 6 single crochets all into that same spot. And go ahead and pull that tight. Now we are going to single crochet around, so that will be 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches that you just created. Now I like to flip my work to make sure that the correct side is showing, and you'll know that it's the correct side because your beginning tail should be on the inside. And now I'll insert my stitch marker to keep track of where we are. And next you are going to single crochet around for 24 rounds. So that will be 24 rounds of crocheting in each of these 6 stitches. And you'll also need to stuff your stem with polyfill as you go along. So go ahead and do 24 rounds of single crochets and make sure to stuff your stem as you go. You want to make sure that you stuff your tulip well. This is one that I made and I stuffed the stem really well, and I'll show you the one where I didn't stuff the stem at all. So it definitely makes a difference. I like to pause and stuff my stem about every 5 rounds. So if you need help stuffing it because it is so small here, I like to use scissors. Just be careful as you're doing this. But I like to take a little bit of the stuffing and use the scissors to stuff it. You can also use a sewing needle, or you could use the end of a small crochet hook. So now you're going to continue and do your 20 more rounds of single crochets, and I'll meet you back here after you've done that. After you have made your stem, this is what it should look like. So you did 25 total rounds of single crochets, and now we are going to change colors to our flower color. So whatever color you're using, I'm going to use pink. So we can take out that last stitch here and put our hook through those 2 loops there so that we can change colors. So we'll grab our new color and pull through both of those loops with our new color. And now we are going to increase 6 times in the front loops only. So we can actually cut off our green yarn here because we won't need it anymore. And we can tie these 2 tails together to keep everything in place. And you can tuck the tails into your stem. And we'll be crocheting in the front loops only. So if you can see the loops here, I know it's hard to see with this fluffy yarn, but this front loop right here, you'll insert your hook into just the front loop there so that there will be just 1 loop on the hook, and we're going to do an increase. And for my beginners, an increase is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So we'll pull up a loop, do our first single crochet, and then insert it back into that same stitch and do another single crochet. So we're going to do 6 total increases, so that will be 12 total stitches, and that'll take us the whole way around. Just make sure that you're crocheting in the front loops only for this round. And I like to insert my stitch marker here just to keep track of where we are in the round. For this next round, we will do 1 single crochet and 1 increase and do that sequence 6 times. So that will be 18 total stitches in the round. So you'll do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then move on to the next stitch and do an increase. And then you'll repeat that 5 more times. Now we are going to single crochet around for 6 rounds, so that will be 1 stitch in each of the 18 stitches around our circle, and we'll do that for 6 rounds. After you do your 6 rounds of single crochets, this is what your tulip should look like so far, and making sure that you have a nice opening here. So you want to grab your fiberfill stuffing and stuff the flower. And if you need to add any extra stuffing to the stem, then you'll do that now. You just want to make sure that you stuff your flower pretty well. And when it's stuffed to your liking, you're going to insert your hook back into this same stitch right here, and you are going to pinch the flower closed, just like this. So you'll pinch it in half, insert your hook into the other side of the flower, and do a slip stitch. And now we can add any extra stuffing that we want to add here before we finally close it up. So now we will pinch it the other way, and you'll take your hook, and you might need to pull it out just a little bit, insert it into the other side of the flower, pinch it closed here, and insert it through this stitch on this side of the flower, and you're going to do a slip stitch through all of those stitches. Then we're going to fasten off, pull up just a little bit of a tail, cut that off, and then pull that tight, and then we are just going to tuck that tail And there is your puffy tulip plush. You can make several different colors of this and make a whole bouquet. And if you'd like to see the pattern for my no-sew flower bouquet, that's free on my blog. That'll show you how to make the wrapping around it and the bow if you'd like to make a bouquet. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it easy to follow. Comment down below what type of video you'd like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You can give me a follow over on my Instagram at @thewondercrochet. I post tons of fun and all my new projects over there. And I'm also over on Patreon, and I have a lot of fun benefits for my different tiers of memberships there. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.